took over the Fed in 2006. I have a silver ounce here. And this ounce of silver back in 2006 would buy over 4 gallons of gasoline. Today it'll buy almost 11 gallons of gasoline. That's preservation of value, and that's what the market has always said should be money. Money comes into effect in a natural way, not in an edict, not by fiat, by governments declaring it is money.
I admit to being the type of guy that wishes he lived in a different generation. I love old school, mostly everything. Whether it be old school clips from Congress, U.S. Congress with 2011's Ron Paul going on a rant, as he was classically always doing, or if it's silver. I also appreciate a good antique piece of silver. I like that there's lots of options out there in the market these days, but I wanted to cover a few. One being, antiquing itself over time, naturally over time. And that's probably pretty common for the coin industry to see a lot of this type of antiquing. I have a coin here featured from 1917. This is a Newfoundland coin. It's actually not a Canadian coin because Newfoundland didn't join the country until the 1950s. So a bit of history here, World War I period. I love the look of an old school, naturally aged or antiqued or toned coin, and this is a great example. This is sterling silver. It's actually not full silver. It's like junk silver, if you will, or old school circulated coinage. So excellent piece. It's got the Queen's grandfather on there. Really nice. So if you're going to look at antique silver, I say this is probably the easiest way to achieve it is to look for junk, and you'll definitely find some really weathered and beaten up silver that just looks great. So that's the first one we'll look at today. We're going to look at a few other types coming up. Probably the most common way of acquiring an antique piece of silver these days is through something produced or provided by a mint. There is a secondary market where you can have providers mark up any coin you want, but the mints themselves are sort of standing behind these products and issuing them. I've seen them obviously across the board with Libertads, Britannias, American Silver Eagles, and Canadian coins as well. Oftentimes you'll hear burnished. That's another sort of mark for it as well. I don't know that burnished and antiqued is the same. To be honest, I'm not smart enough to know. But to me, they look the same. So we'll call that an antique version or an antique look. So there's lots of options here. The one you see on the screen is from Gibraltar. They've done some really nice version in this coin. It's very dark, and I kind of like that. It's almost like a blackened version of this coin. So yeah, you can get this stuff straight from the mint. It often comes with a bit of a premium, and if there is a sort of a limited release, you'll find that the antique versions often carry a lower mintage number, which oftentimes pumps up the price for acquisition. So depending on what you want, you could wait it out like we showcased in the first type or first category, or you could just go straight to the mint and get it now, and they have done all the work for you. Okay, the third way we'll focus on today is maybe a little more fun and also a little more risky, because if you're not skilled or you don't know what you're doing, ultimately you're just going to screw your coins up. But we'll look at antiquing or toning at home. This is something that I've featured on the channel and had some fun with. I can't say that it was actually stressful for me. I enjoyed the process, but I'm just glad that it turned out okay and I didn't butcher it. But this is something that you can have fun with at home. And if actually YouTube is just glorious for good information on how to tone or patina your coins at home, or your silver at home. So actually, there's a good video from Silver Dragon's channel that I've just put up on the screen here. He goes through a whole process of how he tones his a few of his coins or his pieces, and it was just a great video. So I've highlighted a few clips here. You can see that it's quite an involved process, some polishing, some chemicals, all that good stuff. Make sure you got good ventilation if you're going to do that. But you can have fun at home doing it. I honestly wouldn't do it again, but I do, as I said, love the antique silver. So there's so many options. Whether you want to wait it out at home, whether you want to just go straight to the dealer or the mint that's doing it, or you want to play around and screw around and see if you can quick age your silver. There's so many options.